The drama surrounding Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev's heated encounter at an airport has shaken the MMA world, and Joe Rogan has been one of the loudest voices pushing the narrative that this could become the UFC's next blockbuster rivalry. For Rogan, the idea of two fighters at the peak of their powers clashing in such an unexpected setting only added fuel to a fire that was already building inside the octagon. He pointed out how Topuria's meteoric rise has stunned fans, knocking out Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and Charles Oliveira in what many call the greatest three-fight streak in UFC history. That kind of momentum, Rogan argued, makes Topuria an undeniable star, a man who believes he can knock out anyone across two divisions. And yet, Rogan didn't shy away from the counter-arguments. Topuria has been dropped by fighters like Jai Herbert and has shown vulnerability against stronger wrestlers. For Rogan, that's exactly what makes a matchup with Makhachev so compelling. A clash of styles, power versus dominance, striking versus control. Meanwhile, the UFC landscape is boiling over with storylines. Khamzat Chimaev, finally back in the eye. US, after his visa saga, is preparing for his middleweight title fight against Dricus du Plessis at UFC 319. But instead of staying quiet in camp, he reignited his long-standing feud with Sean Strickland. At a press scrum in Los Angeles, Chimaev made it clear he wasn't interested in Strickland's talk now that they were only a short drive apart. He accused Strickland of hiding behind words while he was overseas, vowing that if Strickland really wanted it, he could find him anytime. The venom between them is real, even if Strickland is currently sidelined by a Nevada suspension, and fans can't help but wonder if the UFC is already planting seeds for a showdown once belts and suspensions line up. While Chimaev's voice was booming on the West Coast, Dustin Poirier's was echoing in a very different way down in Lafayette. Recently retired but still beloved, Poirier put his fighting gloves aside to hand out over 1,000 backpacks to kids in need through his Good Fight Foundation. For the 5th year in a row, he turned Fight Week into a week of giving, smiling, with families and posing for pictures as children lined up for school supplies. To his community, Poirier isn't just the fighter who went toe-to-toe with Conor McGregor and Justin Gaethje. He's the hometown hero who never forgot where he came from. Retirement or not, he continues to shape his legacy far outside the octagon. But not everyone is taking time away. Arman Tsarukyan has been pounding the table, demanding that Ilia Topuria stop dodging and accept the fight that fans and insiders alike know could define the lightweight division. Still stung by the suggestion that Topuria would rather vacate the belt than face him, Tsarukyan called the champ out for chasing money fights with Paddy Pimblett instead of facing real threats. With his health fully recovered after an injury that cost him an earlier title shot, Tsarukyan declared he's ready to fight in September or October, and doesn't care if it's Topuria or another top contender. His relentless pressure online and in interviews has kept the division buzzing, making sure his name stays in the conversation whether Topuria likes it or not. Amid all this noise, Rogan continues to circle back to the same point. Topuria versus Makhachev is the fight to make. He dismissed the idea that Topuria should be forced to rack up multiple defenses before chasing Makhachev, insisting that timing is everything in combat sports. Both men are near the top of the pound-for-pound rankings, both are young and hungry, and both command global fan bases. Even Islam's coach Javier Mendez, who once brushed aside Topuria as a lightweight threat, has admitted that the fight would be the biggest possible challenge for Makhachev right now. The tension that began in a chance airport encounter has become a tantalizing glimpse at a fight that could shift the balance of power in two divisions. Meanwhile, Chimaev has been speaking in grander terms. Not only is he hunting the middleweight belt in August, but he's openly talking about a future fight with Makhachev as the fastest way to reach pound-for-pound supremacy. He teased the idea of dropping back down in weight after UFC 319, making it clear he's interested in multiple divisions and multiple belts. With Makhachev scheduled for a welterweight title shot against Jack Della Maddalena at Madison Square Garden later this year, the possibility of these storylines colliding has fans salivating. Online, the chatter has been deafening. Islam versus Chimaev, Topuria versus Islam, Chimaev versus du Plessis. Every matchup feels bigger than the last, each fight another building block in what could be the UFC's most exciting era in years. And Yet, even as fans debate these dream fights, politics has crept into the conversation. Chimaev credited former President Donald Trump with helping smooth out visa issues that once kept him out of the United States. While he laughed off speculation about fighting on a July 4th White House card in 2026, the mere fact that the UFC is planning such a spectacle shows how deeply its ties to politics and power have become. Chimaev said he prefers to keep fighting separate from politics, but even he acknowledged that timing and influence mattered in getting him back into the country to chase the belt. All the while, whispers of an even older rivalry have resurfaced. Artem Lobov, once a close ally of Conor McGregor, suggested that if McGregor can regain focus and win a fight, Khabib Nurmagomedov might be tempted out of retirement for one final clash. The thought of McGregor versus Khabib 2 has loomed over the sport since their explosive 2018 fight, but with Khabib happily retired and McGregor struggling to return, it has always felt like a dream locked in the past. Lobov's comments, though, reminded fans that in MMA, nothing is ever fully impossible. As for Dricus du Plessis, he's keeping his focus narrower. The reigning middleweight champion has defended his belt twice already and isn't in a rush to chase double champ status. He made it clear he wants at least 3 defenses before considering a move up, pointing to Makhachev's patient reign at lightweight as a better model than others who jumped too quickly. For du Plessis, sustaining greatness matters more than chasing quick headlines, even as Chimaev comes storming into Chicago promising chaos. From the airport confrontation that lit a fire under Topuria and Makhachev, to Chimaev's brazen callouts, to Poirier's quiet generosity in Lafayette, the UFC has rarely felt this volatile and this alive. Rivalries are being stoked, legacies are being debated, and the hunger for the next super fight is stronger than ever. Joe Rogan's words echoed what every fan already feels. These aren't just fights, these are moments in history waiting to happen. And the question is no longer whether they'll happen, but how soon. Now it's over to you. Do you think Ilia Topuria is ready for Islam Makhachev, or does he need more defenses first? Should Khamzat Chimaev focus on du Plessis or look ahead to Islam? And what about the whispers of McGregor versus Khabib 2? Could that really happen? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want to stay updated on every twist and turn in this explosive MMA storyline, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update.